Oh, Jesus.
He'll not help you tonight, mate.
Well, we're on. We're streaming
That
now.
could be our first strike.
Yeah. And it was the Scottish correspondents that caused it.
Yes. Was that an extra set I had coming in?
Okay, I'm just waiting to see the line go right across. I mean, it says that it's actually live streaming, but let's see. Here we go. Okay, that's it.
We're definitely live.
Oh yeah, I think so. They caused it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. I've just seen it now. All right. Okay, we are just see you lot and your faces the way they. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is AbFab, absolutely fabulous, host of this podcast called Cheshire Matters. Oh, here we go. Oh, he's doing a Trevor there. Did you see that? Was there an earthquake at your neck of the woods there, Graham?
No, it's just readjusted it so I can see my pretty face.
Pretty. Okay. All right.
I
We're going to have to get a new definition of pretty. We have our two Scottish correspondents on tonight. We have Twice Daily, Mr. Mike Daly. Say hello.
Hello.
And we have the cutter, Graham Cuttle, the man who can. Say hello, Graham.
Good evening to all my friends in Cheshire.
And I have the fabulous co-host tonight, Mr. Mark Hartley, otherwise known as Statsman. There you go, Stats. Say
What's
hello.
happening? What's happening?
What's happening? What's happening?
What's happening?
You need to practice that a bit more.
You're telling me.
How much you start there, Mark?
Hey, this is a weird sensation on live, but I'm watching myself live. Is this weird? This is weird. Look, it's weird, isn't it? Look at that.
You're looking at yourself live. Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
I'm putting that down.
Sorry, can people actually see us?
Yeah, people can actually say, well, or one of them, or two of them.
It's bad enough looking at it once, to be honest.
Yeah, a massive audience of two.
Right, okay. This evening, we have been brought together, brethren, by the wonderful focus on what is going on in the country. Now, we know what's going on globally. I mean, we'll have a chat about that because this is a free chat. We know that Trump has decided to go into Gaza hard and he's going to go hit Hamas. Okay. Any quick thoughts on that?
I'll go first. It depends what he means by, well, it's all going to hit the fan, isn't it?
I think what's going to happen is because he's given the green light to Israel, there's going to be backing there. There's going to be money. There's going to be military force. There's going to be military weapons going in, and they're going to wipe out Hamas completely. That's what I think the objective is. Get rid of them. I think they've actually accepted the fact that the hostages may not ever come back, which is a horrible thing.
That's the biggest problem. That's the biggest sticking point.
And did you see them when they came out where they were handing over the hostages? They all had brand new Toyota trucks.
Yeah.
Brand new when they were coming out. And all the uniforms looked all clean and everything like that. Where the hell were they? Where were they hiding?
And why are they hiding their faces?
Correct.
Because they're brave fighters, apparently. That they were hiding in like rats in a tunnel until Israel went. Now they're back going, oh, look how brave we are. I don't know. I'm like this. This might upset some people. But everyone goes on about the poor Palestinian people. But if you listen to the hostages and watch some of the videos, Hamas actually had to protect those hostages from the people of Gaza who were literally attacking them. Yeah. So I'm not saying they're all bad. But I think we need to know exactly how many.
That could be like a Celtic fan at a Rangers match.
Nothing like it at all. Nothing like it at all.
What you mean? He'd be ripped to pieces?
Yeah, there'd be more trouble at the match.
He'd be shared out amongst the predatory friends.
I think when you look at the devastation that's happening in Gaza, there's no way that Hamas has got the funds, the wherewithal, the experience, the intelligence to actually repair that country. So I think Trump's idea of going in and rebuilding it is sound. but I think it's verging on ethnic cleansing, moving that full population out of Gaza.
Well, yes, but
you know what I mean. I don't agree with that. I agree with going in and rebuilding it because I can't see the Arab countries chipping in to build it because they don't like the people of Gaza anyway.
They don't want them. None of them. None of them have taken them in. Egypt, basically, they started enforcing their borders because they didn't want the Palestinians. Absolutely, they didn't want them. So I don't know. I mean, is anybody here up for a holiday in Gaza?
I'm going to wait until there's a golf course.
In 10 years' time, when there's golf courses and spas and nice things like that, Jonathan,
think about it though. If Trump's offering to I can make this place great, everyone's like, "Oh, how dare you!" All right, well, I won't bother them.
Well, I tell you,
I'll leave it like it is.
No, I think Twice Daily has gone into still mode.
Yeah, it's my. I don't know.
Have you frozen your camera?
Camera's gone into freeze mode. Hold on.
That's all right. That's okay. You get it fixed. We'll carry on talking. We can hear you.
Unfortunately,
Here we are. We're back on.
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Look at that.
There you go. Did you hear what he said? He said, "You're back." But under his breath, he went, "Unfortunately."
Yeah.
Disgusting. I said down the Invergrouse beaters to come and get this guy. I'll give you the address.
I've done it the same as the footballers, unfortunately.
Right. Well, okay, there's our first subject, but let's get back to things that are happening in the United Kingdom. What's the views on what's happened with some of the Labour MPs that have been booted out? I mean, one of them has actually been kicked off as a minister, and the other one, he's being investigated, for things on a WhatsApp group. I mean, is this going too far?
I think you've basically got a horde of people that have became MPs and have got no experience in politics whatsoever.
Yeah.
They've came from nowhere and they've no idea how to run a country. They've no idea how to conduct themselves in a professional manner. And this is the upshot of it.
Yeah, got you. Mike?
Totally agree. Oh, go on.
Yeah, definitely, because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to get a nucleus of what they think they want and what they don't want, and then I don't know whether they're just probing into everyone and thinking, what do you think on him? No, right, well, let's do a bit of probing on him. Look what he's got. Let's get rid of him. Stick to a small nucleus of what they want, or people that are going to be for them and not for everybody else.
Yeah, got you. Mark?
Yeah, I agree. Far too polite, though. Bunch of absolute morons.
That was a nice way of putting the word you wanted to say.
Yeah, I know. Well, I just thought I'd say it because
we were discussing words today and definitions, and Mark doesn't want to say it, but I love the term, the English term, "you're a mong." I think that most Labour MPs are mongs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Can you remember the other words?
No.
He doesn't want anybody to say it. All right. But, quite simply, they were words that we knew at school. I mean, who has ever been called a spaz?
No, don't. You'll get hung.
I'm just thinking that must mean that Stammer.
I'm asking a question.
I've been called a spaz before.
Yeah.
Go on, Mike.
I'm saying a Stammer then, is he Mong the Merciless?
Mong the Merciless. Mong the Brainless.
Yeah, that's a true fact, isn't it? The fact that all this rubbish is going on with now, this closet's going missing, or it's not been put in, so now that all these terrorists over there in Ireland can now start claiming compensation, you're thinking, what's going on here?
Why are they even contemplating it?
I'm going to have to put in, obviously, for the 2 times that I was basically attempted murder on my patrols twice. I got shot at twice, so I'm going to have to put in a big claim for that as well. If they can do it, I'll have a go at it as well.
Yeah, well, I'm going to sue you guys for William Wallace for inflicting on us.
William?
Freedom!
Excuse me, if it hadn't been for William Wallace, you wouldn't have had your Wallace's pies, so just remember that one.
How far do you go with all this crap? I mean, David Lammy, he's looking to actually get, give $1 trillion or something like that. No, how much was it, Mark?
It doesn't matter. He's not getting it. What's with him anyway? 1 minute he's complaining when people said, "You're not English, David." He's like, "What do you mean? Well, we can't be, can you?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And then he's going, "I'm Caribbean." So make your mind up, mate. Which one is it?
Yeah.
I'll make your mind up.
Yeah.
You're Caribbean.
Do they have Hmongs in the Caribbean?
No.
Yeah, you get them in the cheese next to the coconuts.
Oh my God! We're gonna have to have a Hmong in Northern Ireland as well.
Well,
we need a correspondent there.
you get all that Mong.
You can see by Mark's face, he's going, "We're gonna get wiped off here. We're gonna get wiped off."
There's a chance, like.
Look at his face, and I'm not going to bleep that out. I'm not going to. I'm going to repurpose it, and I'm going to put it out on Spotify and Apple and all the rest of it. People will be sitting there going, "Oh, he's talking about Rangers, and then he's talking about Hmongs."
We were talking about Starmer, weren't we?
Oh yeah, Starmer. Yep, Starmer. Does anybody? I haven't actually heard or seen him being pictured with his wife too often. Has anybody noticed that?
Who's Starmer?
Yeah.
Yeah, she probably left him.
She's too busy out getting some more sort of outfits, like sort of obviously bought for her. So she's having all this time to try them all on, you know what I mean, and put them in her new big massive wardrobe.
Well, I just find it strange. I've only seen him a couple of occasions.
Yeah.
Pictured with his wife. He's
Why
pictured with lots of. Huh?
Why would you want to see her?
But the reason is that you always see Donald Trump with Melania. I mean, I can understand why. I mean, because that woman is basically a clothes horse. And I don't mean any offense where that's concerned, where I'm saying horse. I mean, she's a really, really gorgeous woman. And she shows off the clothes. I mean, she is definitely a first lady. Why do we not see a first lady in this country? All we see is Angela Rayner in big clumpy shoes.
All right. What's up with Angela Rayner?
What's right with her? We'll throw it back at you. What's right with her? Mate?
Yeah.
Come on. She's got that thing about her, Mark.
How many houses has she built, Mike?
I'm not going to explain it to you when we're live streaming, but I've explained that Angela Rayner to you before.
She's got that thing about her, and it's down below,
How many houses has she built?
Oh, at least 1 and 2 tents.
I'd like to see the bricklayers that are actually working on the house.
Listen, you know as well as I do, when they build whatever many houses they build, you know exactly where they're going to go to.
What are you doing with your arms?
I'm doing a bricklayer that's building Angela Rayner's houses.
She couldn't build on a Lego, She's worse than Starmer. That's possible.
You know exactly where the houses are going to go as soon as they're all built.
Indeed. Well, it's turning out that we can't deport them, because, apparently if the kids that they've got, don't like the chicken nuggets in the country, they're going to be deported too. Well, then, they could cause a problem. Go ahead, Graham.
Well, we can deport them, Jonathan, because if we catch them working, we can get them on a plane in about a day and they're gone.
Oh, right. You reckon?
Well, that's what the news is telling us. That's what Pixie Balls Cooper's telling us. Using 18,000 of them deported so far for working illegally in the country.
Well, I saw that they actually, where that's concerned, it's come out that they spent £1 million on a plane to deport 47 illegals, and just to actually get the film and to show them being deported.
What did we say the other night? We had 1.2 million people arrive in this country. So we can work that out. That's about 100,000 a month. And they've got rid of how many since August?
19,000.
19,000.
Sorry, maths doesn't add up.
Yeah.
So why did they have to leave it until they're working illegally? Why not just scoop them off these lifeboats that come in, bring them in, Coast Guard bring them in, scoop them off detention centre, plane away.
Indeed. Well, that's exactly what's happening in America. And Mark and I were discussing it the other night, and we were saying, we need the Trump effect to come over here because people are seeing it. They can't stop the news. As much as the MSM in this country try to stop it. They can't. And people are seeing it and they're saying, we want a piece of that action. We want some of that. What's going on? And all this stuff, the information that's coming out about USAID, or more commonly known in this country as USAID. Did you know that Tony Blair was in receipt of nearly $3 million worth of aid from that company? $3 million.
Gravy train, isn't it?
Exactly.
Gravy.
That's why he doesn't want it to stop.
Oh,
It's
of
all
course.
gravy, baby.
And they don't want anybody to find out what's actually going on and where the money has gone. That's why all the Democrats are all up in arms, because they're so frightened of everything that's going on.
Another slap in the face as well is when you get these people who have actually flown in, right, and came in as asylum seekers. And just last Christmas, they were flying home to where they live for Christmas to come back again. Why are you going for asylum if you're flying home to go back for Christmas? I mean, come on.
They got to take the Christmas presents back, haven't they?
Oh, true. I suppose refunds.
Christmas presents that we paid for.
Yeah,
Correct.
You know,
and it is bad. It is bad now. I wish the Gazelle would be on, because he would actually tell you all about what's going on in Warrington with the asylum seekers there and the housing that they're getting. I mean, because it's massive. I mean, also another government subsidy has gone to Serco, and it was nearly, how much was it, Mark? Nearly $1 billion for housing of asylum seekers.
Let's face it, the figure's going to be way, way higher, isn't it?
I think so.
Whatever they tell you, I'll double it and add some at least.
Yeah.
What is it like over in Scotland? I mean, are there serious cases of asylum seekers being lodged in different areas?
Well, you came up the weekend there, right?
Indeed.
Right now, you'll probably find you couldn't get into the Bruce Hotel because that's got asylum seekers in it.
No, we couldn't. There was no bookings there.
It's one of the big hotels across from Ibrox that used to be when all the guys from Ireland were coming in for the games. Closed down, asylum seekers. It's now,
Right.
yeah, I too. You know what I mean? So you cannot now. And then what's good? I mean, hopefully, what happens is, if I mean, well, you don't know, do you? If something happens that they actually get rid of all these people and they do deport them, somebody decides to grow a spine and deport, you know what I mean? Then these hotels are going to say, "Oh, we'll have you back now," and people are going to say, "Swivel."
Yeah.
Well, the actual Bruce Hotel, they were shutting down. Yeah. Right before this started, it was done. They were shutting it down.
Yes,
all of a sudden, all that started happening, and they pumped a wee bit of money into it just to make it habitable. And they put all of them in there, and then the Ramada came in into an empty.
Yeah, they're up the Ramada as well, no, up there as well. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. What is the feeling about the SNP in Scotland? I mean, they've been demoted and Labour have taken over, but
to be quite honest, Jonathan, I read something or I've seen an article saying that the SNP are predicted to have a landslide the next time in Scotland because Labour are absolutely flatlining.
You're joking? My God, that is just
it's horrific.
Is that right, Mike?
The silly no people. That's what I call them.
They're selling old people.
No, the silly no people.
Oh,
silly
right,
no
okay.
people.
I thought you were saying they're selling old people.
Well, I'll go.
What am I bid for this OAP?
Hey, 20 quid.
Well, so you reckon they're going to come back, Graham?
That's what I read, Jonathan. Honestly, it was on the Scottish news and everything, that because Labour are so unpopular now because of everything that's happening, the SNP are going to win a landslide, which I find hard to believe, really. You know what I mean? But that's what they're saying.
So everybody's going to forget about all the financial crap that's gone on with them in order to get them back in. So, no, that was only yesterday. We didn't take that money. We don't have camper vans. We don't have any of that now. No.
Just to give you a wee update, you know, my specialist subject is the two ferries, right? Glen Sannox and Glen Rosa.
Yeah.
Sannox actually launched, get put into service on the Arm Run, lasted 2 weeks, and now it's back in dry dock. The other one's still been built because they've cannibalised so many parts off the other one to get this one afloat. It's a shambles.
How much money has been spent on that?
Well, plus the new prison which is taken over from Barlinnie, right? Which when it was first announced, it was going to cost somewhere in the region about 240 million or something like that when it was all going on. Now it's in the region, if they're going to want to build it, it's in the region of near enough £2 billion.
And they're already predicting it's going to be 10 years late.
You know what I mean? So it's like everything else up here. Hurry up and get it done. Too late, never mind. Just keep going till you get it done.
That is just disgusting. I mean,
it is. It is
taxpayers' money.
It's a waste of money. Waste of money.
I just find the whole thing. I find that the country is being mismanaged, in my opinion.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
100%.
But we've not got, you know, sort of a Trump, you know, to come in. At the moment, we've got, you know, reform, but you know, we have our own views about reform. Go ahead, Mark. You give some of the views about it.
I was just going to ask the boys, have you heard much of them in Scotland?
Well, see, on that subject, one of my friends, she recently sort of started looking into reform and all the rest of it, and they started sending her emails. So we got an invite to what we thought was one of their sort of rallies or whatever, do you know what I mean? But we went, but it was actually the local sort of branch committee meeting. You know me, I like a committee, you know what I mean? So we went along, and I was actually pleasantly surprised about the quality of people that were at it. They were all sort of ex-Tories. There was no what I would call knuckle draggers at it. No, so I was actually quite pleasantly surprised. I think they're a way forward. I really do.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just reading in I think it's the Star. No, sorry, the Star of the Mail. It says that for Reform are on course to win their first Scottish seats in next year's devolved elections. So the polls are suggesting they're going to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be some breakthrough, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, especially in Scotland.
Even if you could take a few.
I'm not seeing much, but I'm all for this sort of system. Just to like get rid of that. Like, let's see what you can do now.
I mean, at that meeting, I'm actually looking for people to stand in general elections and local elections as well.
Yeah,
so
that's what their main view is, to get that. And the thing is, though, those people,
they didn't concentrate on any one subject whatsoever. They touched on everything: the economy, the NHS, everything. It wasn't just all about the immigration problem.
Okay. Yep. Well, it's the immigration is the main driver of everything that's going on here in terms of, you know, the divisiveness in politics. But of course, obviously behind the scenes, you can see how the immigration can affect the NHS, how it can affect the overall economy. You know, you can see all of that. So I can understand why they would focus on it. But if they didn't, and they actually spread, you know, their discussion on lots of different subjects, then that's not a bad thing. They're desperate for people to stand. That's the big thing. You know,
it says one poll shows a fifth of Scots plan to vote Reform in 2026.
All right.
No, one fifth of Scots planning to vote Reform backed the Conservatives in the general election. Sorry, didn't read the end of the sentence.
Okay.
Still quite a lot, though, isn't it?
The back for me is a lie. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even go anywhere near them.
Near the Conservatives, no.
I think that the majority of people who used to vote Conservative in Scotland are now going to vote for Reform.
Yeah.
To be quite honest with you.
Yeah. How many people? What do you reckon? What percentage roughly vote for the Conservatives in Scotland?
I've not got a clue, Mark.
No.
I tell you.
I couldn't get off the top.
Because if only a fifth of them plan to vote Reform, it's nothing, is it really?
No.
It's not going to do the job. But don't forget, Labour do actually get in on a very small percentage. They work on small margins. That's what they do. I mean, what's the sort of Muslim vote in Scotland?
It depends on which areas you go into, doesn't it? Really.
Nicola Sturgeon's constituency is mainly Muslim.
Yes.
Okay.
Muslim and Romanians.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, there was, I don't know whether you heard about it, Mark, but there was, I think he was Romanian, who's just been sentenced to 13 years. He's not been deported for rapes in Cheshire.
I've not seen that, but we'll discuss that later in the week then, or maybe next week.
That's the same everywhere you go. These people, I mean, you look at the differences, and there's one who gets done for rape, and all he gets is a slap on the wrist, and don't do this again, but it's because you're religion. Somebody does something else, you know, which is a lesser crime, 6 months. You're thinking, whoa.
Yeah.
You're dead right. There was that lawyer from the Manchester airport, the Muslim lawyer.
Yeah.
They've started their own like Islamic independent thing now, so they're going to be challenging for seats. But the guy literally was bragging years ago that he got someone off on a heroin charge. 8 months the guy got for stealing heroin. Apparently he was forced to do it because he owed them money. It's like anyone can say that, can't they? It wasn't maybe made me do it. Sorry, it's not about why you did it. It's what you did. So
the biggest problem you've got, as you say, is them now starting to get into seats, getting themselves in, and then the more they get into seats, the more power they'll have, and then that's where they'll be able to say, "Oh well, look, Sharia law, we're bringing it in, whether you like it or not, because there's more of us than you now." But people are just sitting back, looking at them. Nobody's waking up to the fact that these people are just slowly, like an oil slick, coming in, taking over, and then by the time it happens, they'll go, "Oh, what? Too late now, mate. Too late."
Do you know what I would do? I'd take some of it. I'd have to chopping people's hands off and nicking stuff. Defo, take that.
Would certainly stop shoplifters.
You see a lot of the Romanians without hands.
Let's give it. Look, they're dead keen on it. Let's give it a try. Let's start with that one and see how we get on.
Are you saying you're a shoplifter, Jonathan?
No, and I'm not saying I'm a shirt lifter.
I was going to say, I thought
you would have thought it the way you were dancing on Saturday night, but
yeah, that's not what I've heard.
The problem you've got with these people, so you chop their hands off and you go toilet, and how are you going to sort that one out then?
Oh God, could you imagine? Can you imagine like that?
You would just get a couple of hooks like that guy that we eventually did.
I know there was a guy who had hooks for hands.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean,
you imagine touching your equipment with a big sharp hook.
I'm telling you now. It'd be like putting a worm on the end of a hook.
Well, you'd know, wouldn't you?
Hey, ding ding.
This is definitely. We tell everybody this is a lads podcast. So if anybody gets offended, that's it. Switch off, or don't come on. That's it. End of
or get
story.
a sense of humour. There's another option.
Not near like that. Actually, good.
My God, doesn't this country need a sense of humour at the moment?
Oh,
yeah.
God,
have we heard? Has Keir Starmer told a joke yet? Has he actually made anyone laugh?
No,
he just makes everybody cry.
I think as soon as he said Labour's won, everybody started laughing. I think. Yeah,
that was the last joke told, wasn't it?
That was the last joke told, wasn't it?
What are we gonna? I mean, we've got to do something. Literally, this can't go on. I mean, because before you know it, everybody's going to get accused of a non-crime hate incident.
No, well,
it's going to happen every so often. I mean,
who cares?
Even my wife is turning around to me now and saying, that's a non-crime hate incident. I'm reporting you to the police. I mean, what for? Because I said that was too cold and I needed it warming up, for the meal. No, I'm not going for that. No.
And then you've got to think to yourself, what's the next thing you get taxed on? How many times did you breathe in and out today? Oh, you're over 1,000. That's you getting taxed on that. Then that's
Mike. I've said this for years. That's the only thing left. Taxed the air. Yeah, it'll come.
Or the sun. They'll start taxing the sun.
Yeah.
So if you got a solar panel anywhere, go on, Graham.
We don't see much sun anyway. So
on that one, just we wait until the scientists discover there's more CO2 in the atmosphere than oxygen. And then once they invent something that'll take the CO2 out there, we'll get taxed on air. I'll bet you any money.
Of course I will.
I had some cow come up to me the other day and say, "Is that right? I can't fart anymore. I'm not allowed to fart." Bill Gates said, "I'm not allowed to fart." Okay, Jesus Christ.
Unless you're eating this special diet stuff.
Oh yes.
You look at Bill Gates. They probably smell worse than the cows.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's because it's PC, isn't it? Obviously, being a Mac man, we have just the nicest smells coming out of our equipment. Look at them all.
Allegedly, cover yourself. Allegedly.
Look at them all. Look at them. The three of them are all on PCs. Look at them. They're all on PCs.
Yeah, we're all wearing colour. So what's going on with your 1960s Apple Macintosh?
There wasn't enough money to put in the color meter.
Did you wheel it down the corridor earlier?
So if I could, wait a second.
You have to wind his computer up.
Yeah. And Jonathan is on the Nintendo.
He's just got the filter on so he can't see all the creases in his head.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And his hair's actually grey. Oh, there we go.
No, put it back in black and white.
No, it's too scary.
It's better. Well, we'll put it to the vote.
There he goes. There he
Look
goes.
at my audience.
Yeah.
Can you actually tell how many people are watching us just now?
No.
Yes.
Can't, no, not unless Mark can.
Well, there was 2 when we started.
Was that you, Jonathan?
And then, I was one of them because I was watching it, and John was watching it. So there you go.
And then we're -5.
Oh. Okay. Just me then, by the looks of it.
I can need to be a wee bit more controversial.
So the other one's
guys.
gone. You shouldn't have said anything.
The other one got bored.
See you in the Cheshire Police Fraud Squad.
It was probably somebody sitting in the Bruce Hotel thinking they were going to get a good thing going.
Yeah. Well, in that case, then I'm going to say this was a delightful conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull it there and I'm going to repurpose it, and it's going to go out. Obviously, it's gone out live, and we'll just see what happens. And, you know, it's great because we wanted to test you guys out and see what you were like live. And obviously, none of you swore first.
Yes, we did.
Nobody swore, so that's okay. We're on the way. It's us, you know. So, but not like I give a shit anyway. But there you go.
Oh, you're like, no, apparently YouTube said you're allowed a couple of shits here and there.
Oh, is that right?
I should too, so don't do anymore.
Especially on that diet you're on.
That's right.
There we go. First blood. We've got the Scottish correspondents on live stream. So that was great. Thank you very much, Twice Daily. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you very much, The Cutter.
Pleasure again, Jonathan. Thanks very much for inviting us.
And obviously to Statsman.
Well, it's customary to say thank you to our lovely listener, which is me. So that's brilliant. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Not a problem. My pleasure.
That's the way to do it, mate. Now you can go and argue with them outside. Oi!
Oh, God, that was funny.